the immigration stuff happening at job sites all around the state of Florida, here in Tampa, Tallahassee. I've seen it everywhere. I've seen a lot of the videos, and it seems like a lot of people are just yelling and they're mad. I don't understand why this is happening. I don't understand it either. It's not what I voted for. I voted for the criminals to be removed, 100%. The solution, President Trump, is to not deport these gentlemen right away, these hardworking gentlemen and women that have been removed from these job sites.
It's almost like we told you this would happen. You have the potential of losing money, and now you're concerned about your workforce being deported in droves. I especially love your statement, don't deport them right away. Why? So you can get as much work out of them before they get deported? I'm sorry. I'm just convinced that the only reason you're pleading to Donald Trump to not deport these people right away is because of the potential you're going to lose money and your business.
Is to not deport them. Get them.
We've all heard it. I didn't vote for Trump for this. I voted for us to be, people in illegally. You want to know why you want them to legalize them? So you can make money. So you can work and make money off of hardworking Americans. So that way your business doesn't die. That's the only reason why. You're not coming on this internet and you're like, I didn't want to have to make this video. Yeah, you did. Because you wanted to appeal to an audience because you said that you fucked up. But you were like, oh no, let's just make them legal so then that way you can make money. Your business can thrive. I hope you lose it all. Every goddamn last piece of it. I hope you hit rock bottom for you to fucking realize what you voted for was for a racist. You voted for them to get rid of all the illegals. Now you ain't gonna have no fucking American working for you. Who's gonna want to work out in the heat? Not an American, that's for goddamn sure.
In a rushed form or fashion.
The quote comes to mind. Convince the poorest white man that he is better than even the best black man, and he won't notice that you're picking his pockets. Hell, give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you. That is what El Presidente Taco has done.
I mean, the hypocrisy of MAGA voters is really getting out of hand because these people voted for these policies. They voted for the orange man knowing what he was going to do, because this man was running on a campaign of mass deportation. And you're a construction, contractor, your job site or your business heavily actually depends on Latinos, illegal immigrants, who are the largest percentage of your workforce. Then you go ahead and vote against your best interest. Now this man is coming here online claiming that, he voted for the orange man, but he did not vote for this. Well, newsflash, you voted for this. It's only that it's affecting you that you're coming here online claiming that you want the orange man to give, illegal immigrants a path to citizenship. Well, all this is because your business is getting affected and you don't like it. And you cannot make money out of, American workers the same way that you are making money out of these illegal, immigrants who are very much happy to work for minimum wage as you guys make the most of the money. Well, you F around, you find out. Let's take a look at these videos that I have compiled for you guys. All credit goes to the creators of these videos. I'm your presenter, Joel Mugisha. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing, like this video, and keep the conversation going in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about today's episode. Let's take a look. I'll be back.
The immigration stuff happening at job sites all around the state of Florida, here in Tampa, Tallahassee. I've seen it everywhere. I've seen a lot of the videos, and it seems like a lot of people are just yelling and they're mad. I don't understand why this is happening. I don't understand it either. It's not what I voted for. I voted for the criminals to be removed, 100%. But there are a lot of hardworking immigrants in this country that are building this country. I've got a solution. The solution, President Trump, is to not deport these gentlemen right away, these hardworking gentlemen and women that have been removed from these job sites. Get them legal status somehow, under a work visa, background check them, do whatever you need to do to make sure they're not criminals, but let's get them legalized in a rushed form or fashion. That's what needs to happen. That's the right thing to do if you care about America. It's the right thing to do because construction is the biggest industry. I'm sorry, healthcare. But we all know I won't go to health. I don't do that here. Construction is the biggest industry in this country. And you're ripping the people out of it. Robots are not coming soon enough to build this stuff. You can only build so many 3D printed homes, and they need people there to manage those too. So Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, the solution, not the problem. We all know what the problem is. The solution is to not deport them. Get them legalized as soon as possible with the proper background checks. If they have to go, they have to go. But these are hardworking people that are building this country to provide for their families. There's enough craziness going on in this world. We don't need it here as much as it's happening with good people being removed. Dishwashers and stuff in other cities. It's sad. It's sad. It makes me sick. But that's the solution, President Trump, is to not deport these gentlemen right.
It's almost like we told you this would happen. You have the potential of losing money, and now you're concerned about your workforce being deported in droves. I especially love your statement, don't deport them right away. Why? So you can get as much work out of them before they get deported? I'm sorry. I'm just convinced that the only reason you're pleading to Donald Trump to not deport these people right away is because of the potential you're going to lose money and your business. Because we told you that this would happen. We told you the people that were going to get caught up in this were not only the criminals, but the ones who did it the right way. There are countless videos all over the internet showing you that not only the criminals are getting caught up, because you guys are quick to say that if they're in the country undocumented, they're criminals. They don't give a shit. There are people getting arrested at immigration court who are doing it the right way. There are U.S. citizens getting caught up in this shit. And you're on here pleading to Donald Trump to please don't do this to these people, when we all knew, those of us with some fucking sense, knew that this was going to happen, that innocent people were going to get caught up in this bullshit. And you didn't care. You care now because it's affecting your business and your industry. But you didn't care before you voted, and now you want to convince us that you care now. You don't care. People love to point out that Obama deported the most immigrants during his time in office. But what they fail to realize is the solution that you're asking for is what he did. He provided work visas. He vetted these people that he deported, ensured that they were actually criminals, and gave work visas to those who deserved it, that were in this country working hard to make America great. And you, my friend, voted for the exact opposite of that. I don't feel sorry for you or your business. The only people I feel sorry for are the ones you voted against, that are affected by your vote, your decision. You did this. Own up to it. Take responsibility. We knew what Trump was going to do, and you should have known what he was going to do, and you voted for it. So stop the bullshit. Trump don't give a fuck about what you say or your plea on this app. He's doing what he's doing because he's a hateful, spiteful piece of shit, 34 felon count asshole. He doesn't care. And I hope your business suffers because of your decision.
I don't understand it either. It's not what I voted for. I voted for the criminals to be removed, 100%.
So the gentleman in that video is from Florida, and he's a general contractor, and he voted for President Taco D in the 2024 election, and he's actually quite concerned and worried about his undocumented workers who are actually getting deported. And in his video, he's actually making a direct plea to President Taco D, and he actually has a solution.
Get them legal status somehow, under a work visa, background check them.
And as you just saw in that clip, he said that he wants President Taco D to run comprehensive background checks, as well as grant these folks visas. Now, for me, I actually voted blue for quite a while. I'm a hardcore Democrat, and I vote because I agree with a lot of their policies, as well as the fact that I do believe a lot of those policies would actually benefit a lot of other people. And I've noticed that the other side tends to vote for a lot of policies that will only benefit themselves, but then they start to freak out when things don't go their way and start to affect them personally. And I actually scrolled through that video to go through the comment section, and the comment section is basically just torching this guy. And then I noticed that he actually replied to a few of those comments with this. And he responded with this comment to a lot of people who are saying that he's only making this type of video because it's affecting him personally now. Now, for me personally, we all saw that President Taco D ran on mass deportations, and he's actually following through on it. So I genuinely don't know why people on your side of the aisle are freaking out, because it's what you voted for. The answers were clearly in front of you. It was an open book test. It was stated in Project 2025, and many of us on this side of the aisle were actually trying to warn you and tell you guys, but we kept getting called names, TDS, etc., etc. And if you were paying attention, former President Biden as well as VP Harris both ran on the platform for a pathway to citizenship for a lot of the undocumented folks that are in this country, the ones that actually do a lot of hard work. So if you've gotten to the end of this video, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you think about this situation. And my name is Philip, and if you do like what I post, please consider giving me a like, share, follow, and repost, as it really does help my page out. Thank you.
Former fashion.
The quote comes to mind. Convince the poorest white man that he is better than even the best black man, and he won't notice that you're picking his pockets. Hell, give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you. That is what El Presidente Taco has done. When he stood up there the first time and said that they're not bringing their best, they're bringing criminals, rapists, drug addicts, and some he assumed were good people. When y'all re-elected him, after he stood there and rally after rally told you what he was going to do, and then stood in front of Madison Square Gardens on the anniversary of when Hitler did it, and told you that he was going to get them out, you went to the voting booth and voted for him again. Because you, white boy, had been convinced to look down your nose at every single person who is not like you. Now you're on here realizing that your business is going to suffer because now you can't get laborers, because none of the Americans are going to work for you. Okay. All while he fired judges, immigration judges. You can't really do anything in a quick, fast hurry when you don't have the personnel to do it. But y'all cheered it on. You cheered it on when they were masked Gestapo in the streets, disappearing people. When the Supreme Court of the United States of America told El Presidente Taco that he had to bring Abrego Garcia back for his due process, y'all sat there and let him and watched him complain about, well, if we have to give due process to everybody, it's going to take forever. You looked down your noses and then you emptied your pockets for him. A con man. A criminal. A convicted felon that now you're sitting here surprised that he is doing felony shit. I'll give you one more quote before I leave you. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And that's what you fear. You have allowed a white supremacist, a Nazi, to instill fear of the unknown, fear of change, fear of education, fear of you might actually having to stand up and say you're wrong, fear that you might actually have to take some of the personal responsibility to handle the consequences of your actions, not understanding that elections have consequences. And you have used that fear to look down on every single person that doesn't look like you, love like you, talk like you, etc., etc. You want to fix this shit? Get up. Okay? Get up. Go hold him accountable, because you're the reason, and people like you are the reason, and people like the ones that set it out are the reason that we have a fascist regime. Time for the GOP to bring back that personal responsibility. This is your fuck up. Go clean up your mess. The rest of us, we're just sitting here because we're tired. We tried to tell you. Hell, he fucking told you. And here you sit going, I didn't vote for this. Yes, you did. He told you what he was going to do. You just didn't want to listen to it. That's a you problem.
Did y'all hear about what happened in Tallahassee, Florida, with all those Latinos that was working on that job, where ICE went and handcuffed them, took them away from their wives and kids? I got a challenge. I tell all my Latino friends to stop working on that job, and let's see what the new end date's gonna be. I mean, all these people are doing is trying to work and better their lives. If you were from another country and this was better, and you had a family, you would do the same thing, and so would I. So I have a challenge. I want all them Latinos to stop, and then let's see what the new end date's gonna be on this job or any other job. Let these people work, man. They deserve it. They're not hurting people. If they doing something like that, yeah, deport them. But these people are just here to better their lives. So you tell me your opinion. What would you do? Let these people work.
Alright guys, there you have it. Actually, as we have seen in the videos that are compiled for you, Americans are not having it, because I really do believe that this MAGA voter is hypocritical. He doesn't care about illegal immigrants getting deported. As a matter of fact, he actually voted for this. He voted for, the orange man to deport illegal immigrants. He is one of the many MAGAs who are actually in too deep in the cult that they wanted, these Trump policies to affect other people. Just accept them. As soon as these policies started, affecting their businesses, their lives, as we have seen with Nebraska farmers, as we have seen with California farmers, North Carolina, with the FEMA, and the hurricane disasters, all these red MAGA states, all these MAGA voters, they have one thing in common. They all wanted this. They all voted for this. They all voted for hatred. They voted for racism. They all wanted a great America that does not include people of color. They actually missed a point here, because as they thought that these policies were never going to affect them, well, they're now finding out that these policies don't just affect, illegal immigrants. It's affecting their livelihood too, because people depend on each other. These people that are coming into the country are not all criminals. Well, I'll give you that. We have some people who are doing bad stuff, in the United States, and those guys actually deserve to be deported back from where they came from. But we have a large percentage of illegal immigrants, especially Latinos, who are coming to the United States and contributing to the economy of the United States. They're actually paying taxes when they are buying foodstuffs and spending their money in the United States, contributing to the growth of the economy of the United States. And they're doing the jobs that many Americans cannot do, because these MAGA voters actually were claiming that, no, we want them gone because they're coming here to steal our job. Tell me, who is ready to go pick crops, in the farms of Nebraska? Tell me which American is ready to go work for minimum wage, in the farms in California. Well, tell me, who is the American that is ready to go work for close to minimum wage in construction sites, in plumbing, all these jobs? Not to mock the Latinos or illegal immigrants that are doing these jobs, but they do it because they don't have a choice. You know, American citizens have a choice. They can go look for something else that is better for themselves, but these guys don't have a choice. They don't have legal papers. Their last resort is to work these jobs to actually make a living, to earn something. And for most of them, they're working 2-3 jobs and working hard to feed their families. Well, in return, they're actually helping boost the economy of the United States. And all these businesses, all these firm businesses, all these construction sites are actually benefiting more than they are. Now, after voting against your self-best interest, you're finding out now, oh, wait a minute, I voted for the orange man to mass deport illegal immigrants, but I never thought about the ones that are working in my construction site. I never thought about the ones that are working in my farms. Well, you F around, you find out. It is your time to actually find out and reap the consequences of your mistakes. This man is hypocritical. He's a big hypocrite. He doesn't care about, illegal immigrants. He doesn't care about Latinos. He only wants them to be deported later. Look at him. He's even actually suggesting for them to be deported later so that he can make money out of his construction site, so that they can work in his construction site and actually finish the projects. After that, they can be deported. That is a big hypocrite who is actually selfish and thinking about making money out of them instead of, joining them and trying to help them. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. I'm your presenter, Joel Mugisha. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing, like this video, and don't forget to share with your friends and family. As always, see you on the next episode.